What up? What up? What up, Vic? How's it going, fellas?
Let's see how this one goes.
What are you drinking today, George?
This one is shout out to Chris. He brought this for me. It's a brewing company from Salvi. It's a Central American brewing company. It's called La Negra Cadejo Brewing Company. It's an Irish stout.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
Peep.
That was good.
I'm gonna check it out
What
right
up,
now.
Daisy? Alejandro, what up? Yeah, man, it's gonna be a little shorter today. You'll see. We'll talk some shit. Give you a little information. Let you know what we're hearing. Pretty sure you're hearing the same shit, but you know, we like hanging out with you guys. What up, Fernando? What up, Fernando? what up, Ramo? No, you had me dying. You had me really dying, dog. That was hilarious.
Who's
What up,
that?
Cheesy? Ramo?
Who is that?
Oh, word. What up, Philip?
I don't know who that is either.
Who is that?
Alonso, what up, my G? Was it like this comment if you ever kick someone out of the chat?
I can't like it because I don't see the post.
Hey, Nelson, we gotta figure this shit out because I ain't trying to meet up with nobody right now, though. You know what I mean? What up,
Meet
Julio?
up.
Sports fan, same, buddy. Same, man. I'm missing
No,
all sports,
no.
dog. Not just. I mean, I'm missing the Galaxy a lot because I miss my friends, but I'm missing the sports, my dude. Like I'm fucking, yeah. Hey,
Not
bro, what
me.
up? Not you?
Not me.
It's a good beer.
Why not? Is it?
It's a
Hey,
really good beer.
save some for me, friend.
Exactly. Dog.
Fuck you. You're in the Romo category right now to me.
Yo, y'all,
After I went to Costco with you.
we good?
All right.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought we were straight, but after
What up,
today,
Madeline? Oh man.
you're a piece of shit, Doug.
I'm sorry, Doug. I don't know why I didn't think you were watching.
Miami popping?
I mean, Jesse knows why.
Yeah, man. Miami's popping.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm living.
Me neither.
I'm living through all the stories right now. Everybody posting on IG. Just that's what I'm living. Why you gotta be a bitch though, dog? Come on. Y'all like bowling? Man.
Ooh,
Eddie,
I
what up, Eddie?
dope ass. I seen a dope ass marble race today.
A dope ass what? Marble?
Marble?
Yeah. You're going for the blue one? Did he win?
Yeah, baby blue, Doug. B-ball. I'm guessing that's Rob. I don't think he saw the post, Rob, because well, I don't know. I'm not private. Nah, I don't know. He didn't hit me back up with it.
Oh, jeez, I was dying with that one too. Day 3 without sports. Found out it's a girl
Rudy,
in
my
my
mom
living
came
house.
to
Turns
Costco.
out she's my wife.
Yeah.
Seems nice. I said, I think you retweeted that too, George, right? That's just hilarious.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I saw a dope ass Racing game yesterday. They were down 2-0 in the 12 minutes in, and then they went down 3-1, and they ended up winning 4-3 on additional time. So
Is it just me
crazy.
or I just don't want to see anything that doesn't have fans in it?
Yeah,
It's not for me.
big time.
It's kind of
Big time.
boring. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of boring, but the game was lit though.
Hey,
Yeah, it's
Daisy,
kind of.
is that reason? Because I'm staying away from Costco. I'm staying away from Costco. I'm staying away from supermarkets in general. Like I'm just staying away from everything. 'Cause, man, fuck that. So I don't think it's recent.
I ate all my snacks already.
Yeah,
fuck.
fucked up already. Fucked up. Yo, did you listen to the newest group chat pod?
Yeah, the
No.
mozzarella stick.
I have me dying, but he ain't lying though. Like this is what happens
Yeah.
because we're so fucking nonchalant about everything. Like we don't give a fuck about
Mhm.
anything. I mean, like, oh, it can affect us
Yep.
and shit, right? That is wild though, man. I wasn't in Costco, babe. I promise. I don't like Costco to begin with, let alone this nowadays and shit. You seen the
I
lines?
went with George on Friday. That we got there
Word?
like 30 minutes before they opened, and
Hey,
we got
Masa,
toilet paper.
I don't want you to talk about that story. I need you to talk about the
I wanna
story
hear
about
this story.
you
Yo, I heard. I
almost
read
breaking. You almost broke a woman's neck for some white bees.
Oh,
This. Tell me, yo, I need to hear about
oh,
this. I
that
need to hear
show
about this,
is comedy, dog.
'cause I read about it.
So
You better not put this shit on me. So I'm gonna interfere. I want to hear this.
I'm just gonna
Story
say
time.
the story, dog. It's nobody's fault,
Story time.
you know.
Story time. Story time.
If
Come
anything,
on.
it's her fault. It's her fault for not restocking quick enough. You know what I'm saying? So George and I go to Ralph's and Palos Verdes, and we're looking for white peas, you know. So yeah, man, I go into the white peas aisle and I half-ass look because I'm over this shit. There's too many people. A lot of shit's like empty already. And I tell George, "Hey George, there's no white peas." So boom, right there. I try to dip out, and there's a lot of people in the aisle, so I go around, and then George comes in to the other side of the aisle. He's like, "Yo, there's white peas up here." We're talking about the top, not even on the shelf. Like it's on the top.
Uh-huh.
So there's two boxes of wipes on top of each other. So I told George, "Yo, get the bottom one and make sure the box on the top just slides behind you. I'll catch it. I'm right behind you. I'll
No,
catch
you
it."
didn't say all that. I'm interfering now. First interference. First flag on the play.
So
Bullshit.
I told you.
Yeah.
I told you let it fall
Bullshit.
back. I told you let it fall back.
Shit.
You said grab it and I'll catch the second one. And I said
Right,
cool.
but I told you let it fall back.
Nope. You said grab it
No,
and I'll
all right.
catch the second one.
Disagree to disagree, whatever. I told this fool let that shit fall back. This fool pulls the wipey box. He pulls the bottom wipey box, and then I seen that shit going towards the left side. And I'm like, oh fuck, but I didn't realize the girl was right there. So whatever, So whatever, I try to stop it, and as I'm looking left, I see the girl right there, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, oh shit, watch out.
Oh shit.
So, fool, I promise you that shit did not even hit her hard, dog. Cause like I stopped it like against the fucking shelf, right? But I guess it clipped her or whatever. So I grabbed the wipey box and I'm like, oh shit, I'm sorry. And then she turns around and she looks at me and she's like, are you fucking kidding me? And I forgot what else she said because at that point I already apologized.
You done? You done with it?
I'm done. Like I got my wipies. George got his wipies. Mission accomplished. If anything,
She made that shit. We could have backed her up. If anything, she was all like crazy about it. She's like, you guys should have fucking this. She was like I'm not against short people, but she was like 4'2". If she would have gotten the tallest ladder, she would have Angel's height. Tallest ladder, she would have gotten to the midsection. She still would have needed us to boost her up a little bit. She was all exaggerated. You almost hurt me. You broke my neck.
Oh my god! I was dying when it
real shit though. Like she should thank me, dog. She could have gotten some workers' comp, PTO. Wouldn't have to deal with the crazy people at the stores right now. She'd be big chilling right now, drinking her tea, whatever it is people are doing right now that they're not working. And she's mad at us, dog. Like I don't understand.
She should have been watching that Formula One, though. You know what I mean? That Formula One series on Netflix. What I'm saying. Oh, man, hey, chat. What do you guys? Well, first of all, how many of you guys are working from home now? Like I'm working from home. It seems like at least until the end of the month, which is, I mean, I'm not complaining. I love my setup, but man, I'm gonna get cabin fever real quick. Like, if I'm not getting out this house, like I gotta figure some shit out because I'm about to go.
Monday's my off days, but they just emailed us starting tomorrow. All of our meetings are gonna be through Zoom. Everything's remotely. It's a wrap, at least until the end of March.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
same. You still going into the shop, right, my son?
Oh, I took last week off because my back injury or whatever hurt my back.
Somebody dropped white on your back?
That's probably why I couldn't catch the wipies, right?
Right. That has to be it.
I still had lower back pain, Yeah, I went to work today, dog, and it's kind of dead. And it's not that it's pointless because I still got shit to do, but it's inevitable, dog. Everything's empty. I could actually drive through traffic. Traffic. I could actually drive. Like it's crazy. Like there's nothing going on. I went to go buy food because I forgot to pack food, dog, and there's literally signs outside food spots like, "Yo, you could buy food, but you can't sit here to eat. Like you gotta go." So
yeah. Hey, shout out to the people that work groceries. I know a lot of people gangster some kind of meat. Carniceros, but shout you guys out. And if you guys, by any chance, your job, you lost hours or anything, I know a lot of retail stores like that are hiring, or you guys could file for unemployment. I was reading, so I retweeted it out. Maybe we could retweet it from the ACB straight from the stands ones. Yeah, but times like this, we got to back each other up.
Word, that's big. That's word. Big shit right there. Yeah, man, that's crazy. I started today and I was late to work, which is fucked up, right? It's fucked up because I'm legit like 4 steps away from my job right now. My desk is like pretty close to my side of the bed. So like, all I had to do was wake up and fucking log in, and I was late to work today. I was like, yo, like, get a grip, my man. Like you're here. I don't know, man. Like I don't. At first, I was really excited, but man, like gotta be held. I gotta hold myself accountable for this shit. Cause it's just like, yo, this is not good. I can't be late first day of school. I mean, first day at work, first day of school. I wish. My kid's out of school too. She's getting all her shit like online, which is fucking wild. If this would have happened when I was going to high school,
Oof.
I would have came home with like 10,000 worksheets. You know what I mean? Like everything printed out. I would have killed the whole forest trying to get my homework ready. My daughter got everything online. I was just like,
That's crazy.
yeah.
I can't imagine that many work. I would have left that shit in class. Dog.
Word.
Like, yeah.
Word.
It wouldn't have gotten
That was
done.
the whole thing as soon as I get out of school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't doing none of this shit. Got me fucked up.
That's wild, man. That's real wild. You guys got anything lined up to watch? Or sorry, myself. I shouldn't even be like that, right? 'Cause- wait, actually, never mind. Like, you figure it out. You figure it out how to watch your show. So I'm not. It's not getting included in this conversation. Did you guys figure out what you guys watching, or do you guys have anything lined up that you're watching?
I went to Galaxy Twitter and I asked for streaming. Oh, excuse me, for streaming movies. I got a lot of movies. We're gonna watch Harley Quinn, Knives Out. About to watch Bad Boys tonight.
Oh, legally
And,
paid for. None, you know.
Illegally paid for, sent to me by actors that are in the movie.
Yeah.
Nothing is pirated. Nothing's crazy like that because we don't condone that.
Not condone that.
But yeah, and then from there, I started watching Curb Your Enthusiasm. That shit's
Is
fucking
it?
hilarious. Oh,
I always stayed
I
away from
can't
that show
stop
for some reason.
laughing. I can't stop laughing. That shit's hilarious.
I've always stayed away from that shit. I've never seen it, but I have
Give
time.
give it a
I
try.
have time.
Give it a try. Give it
I
a
have
try.
time.
And I'm gonna probably play. I know a lot of my cousins were cross network, so we're gonna do Call of Duty. And if I don't do that, you're working. I know I can't reach to you from the hours of 10 to 4 because you're a hardworking man. I can't do that, but I'm gonna try to finish Star Wars now too.
Oh yeah, that was a real good game. You don't spoil it for yourself. Like, just play it because it's a dope ass story. Like that
Oh
game
well,
was really
people.
good.
I usually don't spoil it for myself. Other people spoil things for me.
Hey,
Masa, what are you gonna do?
Hey, you seen Jesse's comment? Piracy is theft. So is foot coins, my man. Let's go.
Oh man.
Honestly, I killed a lot of shows on Netflix this past week, but
Okay.
what I really got stuck on this past weekend was the Copa 90 series. Like they have really good shit. Like you learn a lot of stuff. Like that show about the finding Indonesia's next Wonder Kid is pretty sick.
Yeah.
It's like 5 episodes in, and it's crazy how differently they train them in England and how they put them up against like under 16 like actual clubs from England, like professional clubs, but like their academies, and they go at it, dog, and it's crazy. Like they're better, technically they're better, fitness wise they're better. Like it's like a process, and you just see those kids grow. It's something amazing. So I got stuck on that for sure. And I saw Frozen 2, top notch.
Ooh, Into the Unknown.
No.
Shit,
No.
Into the Unknown.
George, you're saying this too dope. We might get taken down from copyright. Right? So like, don't
Yeah,
sing.
I sound like
don't sing.
Elsa.
Yeah. Don't sing for me. I appreciate
I might think else is on here.
you. Man,
What you been into?
me? Oh, listen, I was sharing with you guys earlier today. The Formula One show on Netflix. Stupid. It's
Fuck
just
you.
stupid dope, man. Like I'm legit.
Nah, not fuck you.
No,
Fire.
I'm the one
Fire.
giving the fucking
Fire.
But that show is really dope, man. That show is really dope.
Fire.
So 411, why I'm saying fuck Masa. We have 45 seconds. Rudy told us about it today, and Rudy and Masa were talking about it. I'm like, oh, dope. Let me get into it. Let me start watching. Loved it. I saw 3 episodes. Masa later on in the day fucking spoils one of the big like cliffhangers of what's happening and everything. So now I'm not gonna watch it ever because you never know. I could have been a Formula One racer.
Yeah.
I was skinny enough to do it.
Yeah,
I could do it now.
The only one,
The only one from the group.
Yeah, Angel couldn't reach the pedal, so you couldn't do it. Too thick for it, you know what I mean? So we couldn't do it. All hopes were on you, dog. Fucked up, Masa. No, legit though. Like I have never been into like a Formula One or any kind of racing. Not really my thing, right? I watch a show and I'm like, yo, like this is really dope. Like I was watching it like during my lunch hour, right? Because I took a break, so I decided lunch hour I was watching that shit. and I had a sandwich. I was eating a sandwich. I was so into it. I ate my sandwich. I didn't realize I finished it. So I looked over to my plate trying to get my sandwich, and I was like, oh, like I ate the whole damn thing already. That's just really dope.
All right, let's do this, boys.
Yeah, let's get into this. Close this guy out.
Angel will not be joining us, by the way. He is still flying back or just landed. No, flying back.
Flying back. Yep. All right, let's just get into it.
Yo, what up? And welcome to another episode of Straight from the Stands, an unapologetic, unofficial LA Galaxy podcast, hosted by 4 Foul-Mouth supporters who bring you their thoughts and views on everything related to LA Galaxy, straight from the stands. I am your co-host Smarts, alongside the always angry Angel, his counterpart level-headed George, and the man with the facts, Masa. This is Straight from the Stands.
Good evening. Okay. What up, y'all? How you guys doing?
What it do, baby?
Y'all got any other more sports? I need some sports in my life, y'all.
I'm telling you, baby, A-League, dog.
Yeah, but that was like in the early part of the morning, right? Like the game started like at 2:30 in the morning.
Nah, you catch the first game at 9 p.m. on a Friday night or a Saturday night.
Okay, I thought
you're playing pro club.
Accurate. That's right. What he's saying is very accurate. So, but yeah, man, life without sports. How you guys?
Does A-League so have a crowd?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. I haven't seen news.
I don't know.
See,
maybe
I can't do that after this past weekend, especially with the Mexican League. I can't watch anything without a crowd. Hearing WrestleMania is going to be without a crowd. Hearing, rough. We're spoiled.
Yeah, we're spoiled
to have that we have the sport we have. It's insane.
Listen, and by us, coming on and talking a little shit, we're not trying to downplay the severity of COVID-19 or anything like that. It's just something that affects us, though. You know what I mean? Like, I know. Listen, we recorded the tailgate this last Wednesday, right? Chris came on. We had a really good show, and then we couldn't put it out, right? Because the following day, MLS and the rest of the leagues came out saying that they were suspending the league, so we never got to.
Shit, we didn't put out the episode.
No, it made no sense. It made no sense to me to put it out.
It was a good episode though, because we still went about it as if, whatever. But yeah, damn, that's crazy. I completely forgot. Everything just shadowed.
So on Thursday when we were supposed to release it, everything broke out that MLS suspending the league and the rest of the leagues, majors and college level, we're all suspending. So we decided not to put the show out. I think I probably could have communicated that a little better, but we decided not to put it out. But we felt like we wanted to come on today. One, it kind of helps us out. You know what I mean? With everything going on, kind of helps us to bullshit a little bit. And I'm hoping it makes your day a little better, hearing us talk a little shit.
Yeah.
This show doesn't have a lot of content. This episode won't have a lot of content just because there isn't a lot of content to be shared. We do have some information that is public on where the players stand on their training, and a couple of things where the league is looking to move forward. Some of the things that the CDC came out and are giving them as guidelines that is going to affect where the league's at and all that. We'll get into that. And as well as talk about a little bit what we're going to do moving forward for the next few weeks, or at least until the league kicks back on and we have the league to talk about. We will have some content. I'm sorry, Masa, George, how's the audio coming through from my end?
You're coming through perfectly fine.
Yeah, you're coming through perfect for me too.
Yeah, I gotta figure this out because listen, chat, please let me know if what are you hearing, if it's what kind of fucked up it is, because I can't tell on my end, but let me know. I have a new setup, so my mic's placed differently, so it might sound a little more airy. Yeah, okay. So bear with me, guys. I'll fix.
He was to say deal with that shit. You gonna listen or not listen? That's what he wanted to say, but his political answer was, "We'll fix it."
No. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Make sure that my settings are correct. No, my settings are correct. Yeah, it's probably due to the new setup. My microphone is placed different, so I'll fix it next show. All right, moving on. So with all that being said, let's start talking about where we at, right? As of right now, there's no MLS, there's no Galaxy training, there's nothing going on. Everybody is to stay away. No gatherings of 50 or more. In fact, yesterday at midnight, Mayor Garcetti came out and said the bars are closed, movie theaters are closed, gyms are closed, restaurants are closed. So it's like a complete lockdown right now. Safe to say we won't be hanging out at Dignity, V Block, or at Pescador for a little bit. So we're gonna try to figure it out. Pablo Marer at MLS came out and tweeted yesterday saying that the MLS is probably gonna follow the CDC recommendations to cancel all events for the next 8 weeks, putting us through mid May, which is a bummer. Which is a fucking again. Listen, I'm probably gonna say this a few times. I'm not trying to discredit the severity of the COVID-19, but jeez, like you know what I mean. Like it's a bummer. It's a bummer, man. For me at least, like I was looking forward to the league. It felt like forever, right? And to have to shut down so quick, ugh, sucks ass. But it does look like that's gonna be a thing. No MLS soccer for the next 8 weeks. No sports in the states for the next 8 weeks. It seems
I
like.
think I think baseball got pushed back until that too. Opening day is going to be until mid-May, I believe. That's what my brother was telling me. It's rough, yeah. I don't. This goes up there with. That was one of the saddest days of my life.
Yeah,
I
bro.
can't go without sports. I love sports. Legit, I love. I could sit and watch a tennis match.
See,
Me too.
listen,
Yeah.
my homepage opens up to ESPN, right? Because it has has all my teams, so it shows me all my information. And yesterday, right before knocking out, I opened up my browser again, and it showed me all my teams, and all my teams say postponed. And I was like, oh, like
That's rough.
my nightly ritual is to fucking turn on ESPN for Sports Center or like Contacto
Hmm.
Deportivo, some kind of sports thing like before knockout, just get a recap of what the fuck happened your day. And it's sad. Like, listen, if we're hurting trying to figure out what content to come up with, I can only imagine like the bigger corporations, the ESPNs, the Fox Sports, the through the NS, all those guys like they have the work cut out because
It's
that's
rough.
that's that's their whole livelihood. Uh, so the update is that like it seems like it's on. It seems like we're not gonna get the MLS season back, and more importantly, our Galaxy back until mid-May. Uh, so we got some time to kill. Which is fine. Listen, I think if we're gonna keep us safe and we can stop spreading that to especially our elderly,
Yeah.
parents, our grandparents, like it's worth doing. So let's all bear with it. Uh, in more of a galaxy front, I'm hearing that. So initially, again, the teams weren't supposed to practice, or they weren't supposed to meet with practice until the 20th of this month. Uh,
Hmm.
but now it seems like it's gonna be even longer than that. The Athletic posted a blog post yesterday or today actually saying that the leagues, both MLS, NWSL, USL, are gonna meet this week to discuss when would be appropriate to come back to train. So it seems
I'm here.
you go for it.
I reached out to a couple people, and from what I'm hearing, athletic trainers, anybody, even Raul,
The
our
kid,
kit
yeah.
manager, and all that, they're not expected to be back until the 31st of March. It's already been relayed to them. That was the update as of today. That the 31st of March is when the expected date to be back in the office. Obviously, things have changed with severity of the coronavirus and everything. But as of now, March 31st, they did tell the players to keep condition on their own. So I know a lot of players that have hired some personal trainers that are working out from home, but take that with a grain of salt. I don't know. Hopefully, they're all dedicated and determined. I seen Keechum playing some Xbox lately. I seen a lot of things, but yeah, that's really all I've heard.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, again, we're talking about it in before we start the show. Like I'm off work until then as well, right? It seems like everything is really much shut down at least until the 31st. Um, at least for now, right? Hopefully things change and we see the decline of the virus like we're seeing in other places. So things to get back to normal sooner rather than later. But you know. we'll take it as it comes, and we'll share the news. Do you have anything else? My son, George, you guys have anything else on anything else we can update?
As
Yeah,
far as the team, that's it.
same. Like there's not much, right? I mean, even the guys we talked to are pretty much have no answer at this point because everybody's in the same situation where everything came to a halt for the next couple of weeks. So not much more to talk about that, but let's talk about a little bit of what we want to do for the weeks to come. As you know, every year we do the away days podcast where we talk about away days. We've had times where we brought in special guests and we talked to them about how they become Galaxy fans. When they're ACB people, we talk to them about how to become ACB, Galaxians, same way. So we're gonna do more of that to keep you guys, to give you some kind of content. Over the next couple of weeks, we're gonna come out with some ideas.
This is news I haven't brought up to you guys. What I wanted to mention, but at the home opener, I did meet somebody from Philadelphia. Jesse actually introduced him. That born and raised in Philadelphia, parents got him into sports, and one of the first teams that he was in was a baseball team. I'm not going to give it all. Long story short, he was a part of the Dodgers, and he's like, damn, I like LA, I like the Dodgers. I wanted, what other teams do they have? So he ended up being a Galaxy fan. So the first time that he was at a Galaxy game with his last home opener.
Oh no shit!
He's been a Galaxy fan. Yeah. So I got his number. I got his shit. Maybe we could get him on the pod. I'll reach out to him as well. He's from Philadelphia, but yeah.
That's dope. Yeah. So stuff like that. We're gonna try to get you as much content as possible, or at least for sure. Every Monday to have an episode for you guys, whether that's live or not is still to be determined, depending on the content we have for you guys. But we will have content for you guys. I want to try to maybe put a poll out and see what you guys want to hear, and we'll base what we do that Monday on that.
That's dope.
So we're trying to keep content for you guys as much as we can. Again, for you guys and also for us, because without sports, we're gonna go fucking crazy. So we'll continue doing that. As of now, Chirito still hasn't scored. Apparently, that's news to me on the chat. Chirito hasn't scored, but it's gonna be short and quick today because we don't have much to talk about.
Questions though.
Yeah, so we'll end up doing that. Angel is back at midnight, I think. So we'll chat with Angel and see if he has any good stories so we can share with you guys next week. And again, we'll have content for you guys with different shit. But today's definitely gonna be a slower and shorter episode since, again, we're trying to figure out what we're gonna do next and where the league stands. So yeah, that's pretty much it. All I have for content. Do you guys have anything else you guys want to talk about before we get into questions and shit like that?
I'm sad. That's it.
Sad boys. So Masa, hold back a little bit. Let George talk. Okay, cool. You done? George, let's go into the questions.
All right. Rock R does. Oh fuck! I don't even know that. Is COVID-19 the new Shelvick?
Oh.
Fuck.
I don't know, man.
My political side, I'm not answering that.
Jesus.
Shit. All right.
Next Eddie from the Nag Boys asks, at Jorge, how does it feel to be smarter than Spenny, aka Spen Bayless?
Where did that come from? Wait, there has to be a backstory to this.
So there is a backstory. During one of the pods during the preseason, I believe we went around and asked, like, oh, what do we feel about the season? Word. I came out to say there's going to be no chemistry.
Right.
I don't feel like there's going to be enough time. There's no chemistry. And Spenny during the show came on and he completely disagreed with Jorge about chemistry and a slow start. There's roster space for one backup in all three levels. Your starting lineup is set until you find a start-worthy CB in the midfield. So basically he was saying that our chemistry was going to be on point. So every week I bug him and I ask him, hey, how's the chemistry that we need? But yeah.
To be fair, you're right on that too, because I figured that there would be chemistry already. I thought the chemistry was going to come quick. So I would have been on the same boat with Spenny on that one, just to be fair.
All right. Next question from R. Rodriguez 1513 said, we should sell Chicharito and buy Agüero. We should start buying South American talent. Fuck me.
Uy.
Sheesh.
Uy.
Masa, let us stab at this one. I want to see what you say. I want to be last.
I watched Libertadores on Thursday, and I watched Racing yesterday, and I could honestly say that Liga MX is above the Argentinian league. Like it's the talent in like in South America. There's a couple diamonds in the rough, but like if we're talking like se dan putazos, I don't know, bro. I think Liga MX is a little better. So. And I don't even watch Liga MX anymore. That's probably Liga MX like 4 or 5 years ago. I'm pretty sure Liga MX now is a lot better. So I don't know. You got to find something that fits your team, point and period. If it doesn't fit your team, then it's just not going to fit your team no matter where that person is from. So that's my answer to that question.
I agree. I mean, I think in all South America, there's a few teams that have really good players, from top to bottom, and then the rest of the teams are just mediocre at best, right? I mean, I think that's why Libertadores is good when it comes to like the knockout stages, because then you have like the best of South America playing. But when you take individual leagues, I mean, listen, tell me when you've seen like a really good match that's not like the Clásico in Uruguay, right? So when it's not like the Clásico in Uruguay, tell me when you watched a really good match that's not the main two teams, Peñarol and Nacional, right? And that goes on the list. I mean, even in Argentina, if it's not like the top 4 or 5 teams, like it's usually not a very good game. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
so yeah, like we go into that, but also like it's 2 games. It's 2 fucking games. Like, listen, Zlatan went 2 games without scoring, right? So
False.
is it false?
The first game, he scored 2 goals.
No, he
I'm
said
saying
2 games.
throughout the span
Oh,
of
got it. Oh,
Time
got
of
it.
Galaxy,
Okay, yeah.
he's gone 2
Yeah.
games. He went 2 games without scoring, right? Like,
Yeah.
and we're ready to fire sell Chicharito. Like again, going back to the last question, is there like a chemistry for me? So yeah, I'm not ready to give up on Chicharito. Kun Agüero though, like, I might be ready to give up Chicharito if that was a possibility. Like
Listen,
Kun Agüero's Kun
to the
Agüero.
South American thing, I think it's done. I think MLS has sold that ship already. Atlanta did it the best. They knew what they were, and they did it early. That's exactly what happened. If we want to go for South American talent, let's go for South American talent that's currently in Mexico. That's where it's at. If we do that, but they're already set in Mexico, and I doubt that we could get them for a price, especially for a price that you guys are going to be willing to agree with. If you guys are bugging over what we paid for Chicha, you can only imagine what the Liga MX is going to. We're directly buying someone good for the direct rivals because they see us. Liga MX see us, so they're not going to give us a fair shake on the price. So I think that ship sailed already for me.
Yep, and just look at what potentially Inter Miami is gonna end up paying for Pizarro, right? Like we're talking, at one point, like there was rumors that it could be up to 20 million. Like, come on, you know what I mean?
If that's
like,
the case, go European, go South American, go European, and get someone from Europe that's already aging. I'd rather spend that on an Agüero. I'd rather spend that on someone like that instead of getting someone for. But that's my thing. And as far as Agüero, he doesn't want to come. He's still, correct me if I'm wrong, he's still starting for Man City at times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Him and Baby Jesus always
Yeah.
always going at it.
Depending on the game. Listen, if he's not starting for the Premier League, he's starting in the Champions League. If he's not starting in Champions League, like there's plenty of things and I don't think he's gonna come. It's a fan-made rumor. We got to give Chicharito time. Give him time. We need to build that chemistry. You guys are, we can't hit the panic button.
Listen, and they got time to reflect on this shit right now, right? It looks like they have about 8 weeks to fucking think about what they're doing. So hopefully it's chemistry.
We'll get there with that.
All right, next question.
Follow-up question. Having enough players that play the CDM role, should we sell Jonah and buy David Silva?
Oh, so one more time.
Damn, that was hard for me to read. Fuck me. Are we serious? Okay. Having enough players that play the CDM role, should we sell Jonah and buy David Silva?
Oh my god.
I think that's a no for me, dog.
That's a no for you?
That's a no for me.
Oh,
That's a no
man.
for me.
Listen,
That's a no for me.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
We have no creative midfielder. We have no midfielder that's placed centrally that can spot a pass before they make the run We don't have a player who recognizes space in the midfield, and that answers all our questions. I would be up for that actually. I would
I
be up for
wouldn't.
that. I would be up for that.
Jonah giving me 5 years. David Silva giving me 1.5. I'm
That's a
straight.
chip though. Like it's two chips in 1.5 years.
You sure about that?
I think so. I think so, man. Because listen, the biggest thing we have, the biggest thing, or our biggest flaw is that, listen, was it is it Philip Rivera on the chat? He keeps talking about spam. He keeps spamming about spamming crosses. Uh, and so because we have no creativity, right? Like our mindset is like run down the wings and cross the ball, and hopefully Chedi turns into Zlatan and scores one of those. If we get somebody who has the presence in the midfield and the vision in the midfield to do something, to do anything that's not that, and with that kind of quality, I'll be down for it. I would be down
But
for
to,
it. Losing
but
Jonah
to,
is a big thing too. I'm not even trying to dismiss that, but I have
I'd
to gain
rather
more.
sell a jet. I'd rather sell a jet and get. I'd rather do a package deal where we unload our thing and go and get a Blanco or someone like that.
But see, like even like we're talking about guarantee quality. We're not right?
Blanco's not a guaranteed quality.
Oh, I'm saying, but like finding that, like you're not getting that from Timbers, right? But in finding the next Blanco, it's a gamble. It's always gonna be a
Yeah.
gamble, right? Like when you look at like somebody like Silva, like that's a guarantee he's quality. That's a
Blanco's a guarantee. No, I'm not saying go get someone like Blanco. I'm saying go get Blanco.
oh see, I don't even think I don't think that's even the real
that's a
possibility. Like yeah,
possibility.
like
Yeah, no.
both
They're
the Western
giving
Conference
him
teams,
up for legit. No.
nah. Like even if you package everybody you don't want, you know, what I mean, they ain't gonna take them. I think the
All right.
big my biggest reason for yes is because of the vision, the quality in the midfield that we lack. Can I pull one up from the chat real quick? A shit ton of underscores K86 says, "What about the rumors they said on MLS merging with Liga MX on for 2020, 2026? I'm sorry. What do you
I
guys think about
hate
that?
that shit.
I
I
heard
hate
about
that
that.
shit.
The only positive that I see from that is away days.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that'd
That's
be
it.
dope.
But
That'd be dope.
merging, how many teams are going to be in the league?
I hate that.
Way too many, like 40.
It's no, it's not. It's not feasible. It's not. I would hate that shit as well.
Yeah. Listen, I wouldn't. Logistically, it doesn't make sense, right? Because our players are already complaining about the travel. Can you imagine New York to like somewhere deep in Mexico? Make that like a 7 hour, 8 hour trip, plus going through customs and all that. Like, yeah, that don't seem like a right idea. I would like to see a competition though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if we could figure out a way to get both these teams in mid-season
Leagues
form,
Cup, baby.
But
Woo.
Leagues Cup. Listen, I hear you, but I'm not gonna take that one more serious than the league, especially now that we're gonna have
Then
MLS.
allowing more teams to the Champions League.
Maybe,
Nah.
maybe something, right? I think something because yeah, I would like to see that. I would like to see that competition when both teams are like mid-season form, not necessarily how we do it now.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Next question comes from they're all from Instagram. Edwin O.A. Bryan says, Rudy, this one's for you guys. It's not. Would you guys recommend FIFA for the Switch having withdrawals?
No.
No. Yeah, no,
No.
definitely.
Don't do it.
FIFA on the Switch doesn't run the Frostbite engine, which runs in PS4, Xbox, and PC. So you're really playing something that looks a lot like FIFA 2010. The mechanics are different. The online play is horrible. I wouldn't recommend it. There's a lot of dope games for the Switch. That's not it.
Yo,
That one's not it.
yo,
So
The Smash Brothers.
Splatoon 2. Splatoon 2
Splatoon
is
is
one of my
fun.
favorite. One of my
Splatoon's
favorite
fun.
games.
If you never played Zelda Breath of the Wild, that's an amazing game. Yeah, no, there's a lot of dope games on the Switch. That one's not it. The FIFA on the Switch is not it, man. Sorry. Sorry to break
No
it to you.
sports game. No sports game on the Switch is legit. Like, don't even do NBA. Don't do WWE because you don't get like the top quality
At all.
that you get from the Xbox or the PS4.
Yep. Let me bring one up from the chat again. Alejandro Gonzalez asks, are partial plan ticket payments being postponed? As far as I know, all payments, including season ticket members, partial plans, mini plans, all the payments for the month of March are being postponed. And I'm sure if April's the same, I'm sure they're gonna do the same for April. Pretty much, since there's no games going on, they're not charging for shit right now, which is really really dope to do because they could
That's
easily,
dope on their end.
yeah, they could easily said no, continue paying, but there is no payments for this month and maybe next month as well. We'll let you know over here.
E. Bayin wants to know 30-day league suspension, blessing in disguise.
Is it?
100%.
How so?
No, I don't think so.
100% if they give us another preseason 2-week camp type of thing. Because I think a lot of preseason goes into the players' conditioning, running. And at this point, if they stay fit or if they still do something, obviously nothing changes in-game play. All we have to worry about is tactical. We focus on tactical for 2 weeks. I think it really helps out this team. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't agree because I mean you can work on the tactical as hard as you want. If you can't put it to the test against competition, I mean you're working on shit, but you can't really put it to the test. So no preseason games. We're not gonna have games like before because of this. Everybody has to keep to themselves. So I mean, yeah, we're gonna work on some shit. It might work, it might not work, but we wouldn't know until we play games. We're not gonna get better if we're not playing at the highest level. You feel me?
But we also have a player that's arguably our second or third best player that was suffering from an injury that we weren't potentially going to see for the near future, at least for 2 or 3 games. And I think with this downtime, it helps him recover from that injury, which is Jonathan Santos.
Listen, I think in that perspective, I think it's a blessing in disguise, right? We get to get our players all back in shape, injury free. I'm reading Manny says we're getting Efra back with no injuries and time off. All that is great, but I also think Masa's right. Like there's no practice that's gonna help you be better than game time experience. Like actually playing games, actually having guys come at you 100%. I mean, like when it means something, it changes everything. And yeah, it changes everything. So as much as I think it benefits us to get players back, hopefully mentally get them in the same page. I think we'll still need to have these games to actually gel and see the team become what it is, become great or become trash. But I think game time is what we need.
All right. Sorry for the audio. A lot of people saying that we have an echo. We'll try to fix it. But we're almost done. All right. KJ Lopez wants to know how or what should players be doing during this time?
What should they be doing?
Mm-hmm.
Chilling.
Definitely not what we're doing.
Watching The Circle on Netflix. No. Shuby, my dude. Yeah, man. Listen, I'm hoping they stay the same fit and watching a lot of film. You know what I mean? But other than that, like, I'm sorry.
What do you want him to do?
Yeah, exactly. Especially now, closing down everything. Like, what can you do? You know what I mean? What can you do? Yeah.
All right. Eric Bermuda says, how fucking bored are y'all without sports? Necesito mi Galaxy. We already talked about it, man. This shit's rough. It's rough.
Yeah. For audio listeners who don't get the pre-show, we're suffering. we're suffering without sports. I'll repeat it one more time. Not making light of COVID-19 coronavirus, but man, I never realized how much sports I consume and how often I look for it. You know what I mean? Because like a lot of my routine is like, get to the office, check my email, go to ESPN, do some work, check my email, go to ESPN, and that's like a constant loop for 8 hours. And then now it's the fuck am I going to ESPN for? You know what I mean? Like they have nothing new, which is lame.
All right. Albertino Morales wants to know, DTK said our roster might change. Does this mean we sign new players? It's an interesting question, just because with this whole everything's on a log, everything's on a standstill. Do we know if markets are going to be extended? If right now, can there be contract negotiations? Can we sell anything? That I don't know.
Yeah, I assume that side of it is still in play. What's hard for me to think about is like a lot of these decisions are based on form, especially now that you know technically the season has already started. Like you look to bring somebody in who's in form, who's playing well to help you boost your team immediately, right? That goes out the window with the shit with the stoppage, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
nobody's really, or at least you're not seeing everybody in form. You get based it on the previous weeks or whatever, but you don't know, where they're at this moment. You don't know where your team's at this moment, right? Because of the stoppage. So it's hard for me to say yes. Also, like I don't know how many pieces we actually could move, right? Because I know we don't have too much cap to bring in anybody we want. So if that means that players have to go out, like we don't have a lot of room there either. A lot of these players are have contracts. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
who do you ship out? How do you ship them out? It's interesting. And again, like my biggest thing is it's been two fucking games. Like I don't want to see this team get dismantled already without seeing what it could become. My 2 cents.
Yeah, I agree. Masa?
I agree 100%. It's been 2 games. Relax.
MLG Cheesy 121. What up, Cheesy? He says with the suspended season, with the season suspended, you think this is a good time for the G's to step it up?
Yeah, yeah.
I hope
Again,
so.
yeah, right. I hope they're watching a lot of film and seeing how stupid it looks to cross the ball 26 times in a game, right? With
If
nobody
my ass is
attacking
gonna
it.
be on Zoom meetings for the rest of the day tomorrow, I want those motherfuckers to be on Zoom meetings watching plays of how they only cross the ball.
Or at least they fucking have like a WhatsApp group chat with the players. I'm like, I need these motherfuckers to be like bonding over any kind of bullshit, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Go watch Formula One on Netflix and
Damn,
bond over
imagine
that
they're all
shit,
playing
dog.
Call of Duty. If they're playing, damn, that'll be sick.
That'd be dope, dog. You know what I mean? On the field. Oh, you remember the one time you revived me? Here, I'm gonna give it this assist right quick.
Oof. All right. Last question, not a question, but ended on a good note. Eddie Nag says, "Can I be quarantined with y'all?"
Yes. Can we all? Can I just let's all get quarantined and play Pandemic? Can we do that? The board game
Oof.
Pandemic. You never seen that?
No, I never.
Yeah,
That game is dope.
I've heard of it.
That game is dope.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Let's all get together and just play. As long as y'all motherfuckers ain't coughing, or y'all can do the curry and just kind of bring it back when you're about to cough. You know what I mean?
He thought about that shit.
That was hilarious.
Yo,
Yeah,
if
man.
you guys have Xbox, hit us up. Hit me up.
Yes.
Hit me up. Hit me up for those gamer tags. But yeah, I don't want them. But that's it. That's all we have for questions.
That's all we have questions. Dope. Before we sign off, let's share one piece of content that we think people should watch.
Ooh,
Over this break. Over this break.
nothing that we've mentioned already though, because we've talked about it a lot.
Yeah, yeah. So something that we haven't watched. It could be a little obscure. It could be whatever the fuck you want to watch, listen, or read. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna start off with one. I'm gonna start off with a podcast you guys can listen to.
Okay.
It's Spotify's is when you know how the Spotify is doing a big push on their podcast. So it's one of their exclusive podcasts. It's called Infamous: The Story of Tekashi 69. It is narrated
Oh,
by Angie Martinez. All right, and it goes through like Takashi's story. Most of you guys, or actually, I don't even know. I don't know if you know if you guys are Takashi or not, but the story is pretty dope. It's almost like I understand why people like murder podcasts now, right? Because it's the whole story from different perspectives, leading to an end, which is really dope. I recommend it. It's a good listen. It comes out every Tuesday. I think there's like 8 episodes out right now. Pretty decent. I like that a lot. So I'll give you that.
all right. Masa.
I'm gonna say if you own FIFA and do not currently play Ultimate Team, hop on Ultimate Team. It takes up a lot of time. There's players are cheap right now because it's towards the end of the game basically, and you can build a decent squad. And if you build something decent enough, I'll play you. If not, then it's not worth my time.
All right. I got two podcasts. One, Rudy and I are always on it. It's called Group Chat. If you guys know Drama from Young and Reckless, him and his business partners basically do what we do, but they do it talking about daily events, the news. They shoot the shit and it's just homies talking news, and it's very relatable. And also the Breakfast Club. If you guys have never heard of the Breakfast Club, it's a morning talk show from New
Syndicated.
York. They upload their shows every day to podcasts. That shit's hilarious. And shows. If you guys have not watched Casa de Papel, go
Oh, yeah,
ahead
that
and
was
watch
good.
that. A new season is coming out. That shit's gonna be crazy. So yeah, watch Casa
I
de
didn't
Papel.
finish it. I haven't finished it. I gotta finish that. And I have time. And a new
Oh,
TV.
the sister dies.
Wait, is that early?
No, it's at the end.
Good looking out, though. I appreciate you.
Yeah, so someone messed up my thing. Might as well mess up your thing.
And
Damn.
for everybody else who you just recommended it for, huh?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just kidding. It does nah, that doesn't happen.
All right, boys. Listen, we'll again, we'll be coming every week. We'll have content for you. Uh, we need it. Hoping y'all need it. So we'll be here. With that being said, I know today's a lot shorter than usual, but that's another episode of Straight from the Stands. I'm your boy Rudy, and I'm Smart on Twitter. I'm Smart on Twitch. I'm Smart on the Gram.
This is George, J Undefeated 7. Send me your Xbox gamer tags. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter.
I wash your hands. Peace, love, and G's up.
Oh, bless. Stay safe.
Damn, I touched my face like 8 times during this episode.
All right, y'all. Peace. Have a good night.